All right, are we live? Let me see. There might be a delay on it. Yes, we are live. Welcome in everyone to the very first stream on my channel and the very first author stream, obviously, on the channel. And I couldn't be more happier than to have a very good friend of mine join me tonight. We have become very good friends over the past year, and she has written many, many books. One here is The Coven, a great horror comedy. Love it. Having Sam for Dinner, and her newest one that I don't have a physical copy of, but she will show it on stream. She is the Queen of Darkness, Corvina Sweeney. Hello.
Hi,
Hey, how you doing?
doing good. Actually, I forgot to grab my copy of Temptress. But,
All right. Now, I mean, if you want to go ahead and grab it real quick, you
you
can.
sure? Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, now, yeah. We have a few people in here already. Now, this is my first stream on here, guys. So I think all I do is click on your names and it should pop up on screen, I believe. But I don't see the chat on StreamYard. Comments? Oh, yes, here we go. Here we go. So, yes, got it. Tim, what is going on? You legend. You legend.
And I got my book. See?
Yes, Temptress of Weinberger Road is her newest one, and we will be talking about that later on. And the wife is in the background; she's watching her football game. So if it gets a little, it's almost over, so it should be good. Josh,
I do want to do a quick shout out to my friend Rob. I see he's on there. Hi, Rob.
Yes, he is. There he is. I see him. I see him. Josh, I'm already overbooked. Jose, DVS member. Kendra, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Maura, how you doing? How you doing? And this is your friend Rob?
That is my friend Rob.
Nice. Good to have you, Rob. Rod, you legend. Happy to see you in here.
And I brought a friend.
We just need defense to do their job.
Yes, she brought a friend with her.
I brought a friend. See my friend? Because everybody needs a little head.
You heard it from Corvina Sweeney. You heard it. Who else do we have in here? Who do I see hop in here? Josephine from Fine Reads. How come she's not showing? There you go. Let's go. Yes. Good to see you in here. So happy you can make it. All right. Yo, building up to this, you can even ask Dana. I've been so nervous building up. Like, it's something that obviously I've wanted to do for a long time. And we were supposed to do this back in November, but things got hectic and had to reschedule for this month. But oh my God, I've been a nervous wreck all week.
I told you to have a beer.
That probably would have loosened me up a bit, but nah, we're good. We're good.
We're good.
Yeah. And what's that? Some vodka in there?
Red wine.
Red wine? Oh, I love wine. I love wine. What kind?
It's a Moscato. So
Okay.
I really like my red dessert wines because anything else is too dry.
Yeah. Yeah, I like sweet wine.
Yeah.
I mean, you have wine for different meals. It goes good with different meals. And yes, a beer actually does sound pretty good right now. You know, I wouldn't mind having one.
I'm sure. What's your favorite brand of beer?
Don't really have one. I'm not picky like that. Miller Lite, I guess. Even Coors Light, the cheapest beer that goes down like water.
Yeah. See, I'm a Dos Equis.
Dos Equis is good. Dos Equis is really good. I've been trying to test out a bunch of IPAs to try and find but it's so hard to find a good IPA that tastes good.
Right. There's one they serve at the Renaissance Festival down here. It's got like a milk base to it, and it's real dark. It's some kind of lager, but it is really good.
Okay.
Don't know the name of it though.
Well, for anyone who doesn't know, Corvina Sweeney, when I first made an account on X and, started getting my name on X and on YouTube, she was the very first person to message me and welcome me to the entire book community on X. So we have become very good friends. Like I said in the beginning, over the past year, I'm always shooting her ideas about videos and all this, and she's always giving me her chapters that she's always working on her books. She's always asking, how do I like it? Do I need to change anything up? So we help each other out a lot through this. So it is good to have her as a friend, and she is also a part of DVS, the Dark Veil Society, and that is a group of basically all horror, right? Just all horror authors.
All horror authors for the most part. I think we had some of the horror authors, I think, kind of venture into like a dark fantasy sometimes, but it's all kind of part of the horror tradition.
Yeah. I know Iman Bradley, his first book was a fantasy book, and then he went straight into horror.
Yeah.
Didn't read his fantasy book, but I read his other one, and it was pretty good. The Veil.
Yeah. The Veil is excellent. So is I think 3 Days is coming out, or it came out. That was a good one too.
Yeah, he sent me an art copy of Puddle People. I haven't read it yet, but from what I'm seeing online, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Puddle People's coming out real soon for him. That's going to be an excellent book.
Yeah, and it's a short one too, isn't it? Shorter than The Veil.
Yeah, shorter than The Veil.
And how's the weather in your neck of the woods this week?
Rainy
and
hot.
Yes, same. It's been like high 40s to mid 50s. Like we went all through December, like the middle of November, all through December. It was like blistering cold.
Yeah.
And then the beginning of the year, it's like winter's like, all right, I'm gonna take a 2-week break, spring, come out for a little bit, and then I'll be back to torture these people. Like it's crazy.
Right. Yeah. We had storms roll through late last night, and then by this weekend, like I think Saturday or Sunday, we're supposed to be cold again. We've been in the 80s. Now we're gonna drop down to like 40s.
Oh my
and 50s.
God. Damn. Go from the 80s to that, Yeah, next week's supposed to be pretty warm as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh is saying
bad. I don't mind my little subscriptions of winter.
I can't stand cold. I work outside all year round, so being out in the winter in the cold it sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like it. But I deal with it, DVS, solid crew.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. I think out of the entire crew, I think I've gone through, how many is there? Like 20 people in there?
I've lost count.
Because he just added one other person this past week, right?
They did. He did. He added another guy. But I've lost count. I think after we went past 5, I was, kind of lost.
Yeah, I think it's up to at least like 20 almost. And I read quite a few of the members' work.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it really it's gotten up there in numbers, but they actually get the best of the best horror authors.
Yeah, of course.
There's really like they got to really weigh it and say, okay, do you fit? How good are you? And they'll read they read their stuff first before they say, okay, yeah, we can accept you in. So
who actually reads all that? Like you, like everyone?
Everyone pretty much. It's kind of a group effort. Like if somebody finds an author, say, hey, you really got to get this person in. This is why their book is so great. It fits. Their writing is excellent. Then it's considered, and then at some point we let them in. And I couldn't stop bragging on Moira's book, Echoes of Betrayal.
I still have to get to that. I
That
still
is
have
an
to read that one.
awesome book. You won't be disappointed. It's different. Um, I actually did a little bit of the editing for her, like very mild editing. Um, but it was you just get drawn into that story,
Hmm.
so much. It's like, okay, now what? And then you're like, oh my god, and then it kept going. So, but Echoes of
What?
Betrayal is very, very good.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Is Dana's game not going well?
I think the other team just scored.
Ah, okay.
What IEM? All right, so I'm not that tech savvy, Jose. What is that?
I,
Probably something very simple too.
yeah, and Jose, he's phenomenal with computer stuff, and I'm just over here like,
Yeah, Dana's
yeah,
the brainiac with the computer stuff.
yeah, I'm not tech savvy whatsoever. And Moira, you are very welcome. I saw her comment.
I missed this. Damn.
And
Someone
Rob,
lost money on the game.
yeah, Rob's comment is very well funny on that game.
The field goal and tie.
Uh,
Try to get in range. I mixed up all 3 times.
all right, so why don't you give us a little info on who Corvina Sweeney is?
Oh, do we really want to go down that rabbit hole? That's a scary rabbit hole. So basically, well, obviously I'm me. The whole Queen of Darkness came about with my publisher, Hummingbird
Hmm.
Publishing Limited. And I asked her the other day, I said, why Queen of Darkness? She says, because you're a horror author and you have this really dark sense of humor, which I do.
Hmm.
And I think in general, I'm kind of a dark person when I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And I come up with stuff when I say dark humor, like really twisted, almost comical stuff that normal people wouldn't laugh at. Um, but I kind of just me. I can't say much. The post I made earlier, advertising our interview tonight, it
Yeah.
had the song "Living Dead Girl" by Rob Zombie.
Love it.
And fun fact is that when I was in high school and that song came out, um, I had like all my friends heard it. I had an ex boyfriend that heard it, and they're all like, "This song is you." And I said, "Really, Living Dead Girl?" I mean, of course, I was a lot whiter, uh, to the point where I was almost see through. And I was always in black. I was the little goth chick.
Hmm.
I never really grew out of that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and I've always, cemeteries fascinate me. I have a collection of bones, as you can see, one behind me. Skulls are my favorite, by the way.
Yeah.
And the one behind me is a dog skull. That actually, I found that one out in Ponchatoula. The poor dog had gotten hit, I guess, weeks before, and I happened to see the skull like
Hmm.
sitting there.
Oh wow.
And so I grabbed some garbage bags, threw them in my car, went back, had my daughter in the car with me because I wasn't going to do this alone, right? And it was right by the interstate, so everybody could see me.
Hmm.
So I get out the car because it's on a service road, and I told my daughter, I said, just stay in the car. She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to get the skull. I got to get the skull." Now, had the rest of the bones been cleaner,
You would have
I would
taken
have
them.
grabbed. I would have grabbed the
Yeah.
whole dog. But I grabbed the skull, wrapped it up, took it home, cleaned it, kind of put it together because I didn't know this, but the bottom part of a dog's jaw is 2 separate pieces,
I've heard that. Yeah.
which is I never thought about it because it doesn't, look like it would be, but there's actually some tissue that connects both pieces of the jawbone. So I had to glue that together to make him kind of situated correctly.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yes, Rob, I saw that. um, that's an inside joke, by the way. But anyway, we cleaned it up, and I've been collecting various bones ever since. I have a human skull somewhere. hiding, collecting dust.
Okay.
So,
I
but
love your.
yeah, Queen of Darkness kind of fits me very well.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, with the books that you write, of course, and the most recent one that you wrote, yes,
Mhm.
that fits perfectly, perfectly.
Yeah, you
And
know who Temptress of Weinberger Road is about, don't you? I'll
no,
give you a hint. She's in the chat right now.
more.
Yes.
Well, on this one, the Coven. Now, was very good, and I mean very good. I think this is the first book. I read another book. Oh, besides Dungeon Crawler Carl that I just read,
Hmm.
I have never read a book that literally had me cracking up the entire time I was reading it. And I remember texting you and asking you about the main characters because I
Hmm.
know you. I know your personality. And
Yeah.
I know more, but not that well. But I just had a feeling because I remember the text. I'm like, these main characters, are they you? And more.
Yeah.
And then you went
That
into
was
the whole explanation of it. And that was just that was funny. But this book had me cracking up the entire time.
Yeah, that one's funny. And in fact, when I was writing Coven, Kevin was supposed to be so annoying. Everybody hated him.
He was funny.
It it backfired horribly. Everybody
Yes.
loves Kevin. Like nobody knows anybody else in the book except Kevin. And I'm like, that's not how that was supposed to go. But okay, we'll roll with
Oh,
it.
Yeah, when I was taking the book off the shelf to bring in here, my youngest son was like, "What's that book about?" I'm like, "It's about three witches,
Hmm.
a sheriff who is losing his mind, the town folks who are also losing their mind,
Right?
and Kevin."
And Kevin.
He was like, "Kevin?" I'm like, "Yes, Kevin, a used car salesman who turns into a zombie
Mm,
with shooting fingers."
yeah. I mean, there's so many different like so for Kevin, the whole finger guns, it's actually kind of a metaphor in a way, because he is actually modeled after a
please turn
deceased
off.
friend of ours.
Why is it such a pain in the
And he used to, when he'd come over and we'd have movie night and stuff, he would heckle everything we did constantly, and it was so annoying. Well, I couldn't put that in the book, so he gets finger guns instead.
Yeah, well, everybody in the book found him annoying.
Well, yeah, which was even funnier because I'm writing the characters, and even the characters are getting annoyed with him, and I'm just like, that is so great.
Fits your friend perfectly.
Exactly.
So how did that book come to mind? We're just sitting there like, what? I'm just gonna write about us, portray us in the book, and just make it a comedy.
Honestly, I don't really remember exactly how it came about, but I knew I wanted to do something funny, and the only thing I could think of was the Halloween prank that we had pulled at my Halloween party. And of course, we had Kevin, that's not his real name, but we'll use Kevin.
Mm,
And he was voluntold to be our human sacrifice. So, I mean, he didn't want to do it, but we said, you're doing it anyway. So, we had this square metal plate, and we had plastic bags, and my daughter had some fake blood.
mm,
And we poured the fake blood into the Ziploc bag, duct taped it to the metal sheet, put a piece of cardboard on the back of the metal sheet so it wouldn't like hurt his chest.
yeah,
And then we duct taped it on him. And then we laid him out on the picnic table, which is, one of those wooden picnic tables. And me and all the girls would get together and we're chanting and doing our little Halloween ritual. And he's heckling us the entire time. Well, funny thing is, we didn't fill the bag up enough with blood. And I had like a real dagger and I'm sitting there stabbing him several times
wow.
just
Well,
to
there you
get it
go.
to. I was like, it's supposed to squirt. There's no squirting. So, but that's how the story came about. I used kind of real events for how Kevin became the zombie.
Yeah,
ghost.
But it was fun. We did freak out a couple of people at that Halloween party. One, in fact, will not ever come back to my house. He's too scared.
That was the one where you said you were giving away a bunch of copies of the Coven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it was fun.
Kendra wishes she was there.
Yeah, she would have had a blast.
And Jose, if you're still here, I am using. They are called CCA. I'm guessing that's the brand name. They just wrap around your ear, which is pretty good. Instead of wearing the entire headset.
I love you too, Jose, and you're welcome. Because we all know I'm not tech savvy. I
No,
took me a
not
week
not
or
at
more
all.
to learn X.
Stop drinking blood.
You
Rob
caught
says.
me. You caught me.
I love the whole setup you have in the whole background. That is awesome.
Thank you.
It fits you perfectly.
It does. It's set up like that year round too.
Yeah, I bet.
I had to move
So
my skeleton though.
what, the one that's in the
The one
top?
that I had a life-size skeleton that was dressed up as Norma Bates that I used. I think I used it for the Halloween interview I did with Mike Molman,
Okay.
and I said it was Temptress, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you get that reference because you read Temptress
Mm-hmm.
and you get the ending. So, and I like to throw little things in there, like with Temptress, you have a reference to Single White Female, and which
Yes.
is the movie, and then you also have the reference to Psycho at the very end.
Which one was that? I forget.
Which one was Psycho?
No. Which one was the reference?
The very end. Well, I can't tell you because I don't spoil
Well,
the ending.
spoiler then, yeah. Oh, and that before when we get to that book, we'll talk about that end. Well, not too much. Don't want to spoil
Right.
it though, but So, have you been a writer pretty much your entire life? Like, when did you first start getting into the love for writing?
I think I started writing when I was about 13.
Okay, wow.
Just like short stories, sort of poems, stuff like that. In high school, I was in the writing club,
Yeah.
and we had what they called, the club's name was the Writer's Block. And so they had like a little publication that they would do, and one of my English teachers was highly involved in it, and she loved everything that I wrote, as dark
Yeah.
as it was. So she would publish it in the publication like all the time.
I was gonna say anything that she thought could be published.
Just school wise, but
Yeah.
other than that, it wasn't ever long enough to be like truly published.
So, have you ever written a book? Have you ever written a book that you never published?
No.
No. So, like seeing how well it went, but you weren't too sure if it was able to get published.
No, because when I sit down and I write, and the intention is to get it published. And even like with Temptress was a really hard one for me to write, and I think I scrapped it like 4 or 5 times before I got it right.
Okay.
But the intent was there to get it out and get it published. But for me, if I'm writing, it's going to be for publishing, because otherwise, what's the point in writing if
Yeah.
nobody can read it?
Yeah. Well, a buddy of mine, he writes for fun, but I never read any of his stuff, so I don't know if he even thinks it's worth trying to publish. But I guess some people just write for fun. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, you kid. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to write for fun. I mean, obviously, it wasn't getting published,
Yeah.
but I just, now it's a thing. I enjoy writing things. I enjoy publishing the books because I want it to get out there. I want the readers to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
No point in keeping it to myself.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm glad to see Rob.
Yeah, I have to say the Covenant writing painted very vivid visuals. It did. It definitely did. I'm not sure if you've read Rob Temptress or Noah's one. Talk about visuals. Yeah, that book is very descriptive.
Yeah, I think it got a little too descriptive in certain spots.
Hey, man, that's part of the horror writing. If you are writing a book to that magnitude of horror, then
Mm.
that was perfectly written.
Yeah, I have to look. I will agree with you. The gore scenes, the kill scenes, as I call them, I really liked them. And I liked there was like at least 2 spicy scenes that were really, just really good. I
Mhm.
mean, for the first time of me writing spice, that it worked.
Oh, that's your first time writing some spice?
Yes, I don't
Okay.
really, I don't really write spice, except for this week. Apparently, I'm because I'm working on a short story for something, and the opening scene is nothing but spice, like very
Ah,
descriptive spice.
oh, okay. So when you write, because I'm just curious about this, because with when I started my book a long time ago that I still haven't gotten back to, how do you know? Like, do you know the pacing of the book? Meaning, like, do you know how it starts? Do you know how it ends? And do you just fill in the middle, or like how do you start your writing off?
Honestly, I don't always know the beginning, middle, or end. My writing starts with an idea,
Okay.
and I'll get an idea, and I'm like, ooh. Now, usually the idea is either the beginning part, or as we saw with having Sam for dinner, the idea was the end.
Okay. So you knew the end already.
Yeah, if you recall, you remember I had actually posted the end to X, or at least one version of the end,
I
and everybody kind
I
of
think
liked
so.
it so much. I was like, okay, we got to turn this into a book then. So I actually had to write that book backwards because I already had the end, and I'm like, okay, so how do we get from the end? What's the beginning, middle, and get to that point? Um, so that was a little different way of writing because, like I said, you had to start from the end to get it to match up.
Yeah, yeah. You get to make it make sense for the end.
Right. With Temptress, it was, hey Moira, I'm going to turn you into a serial killer. Let's see what we can do with that. And it was kind of with Temptress. I don't think I had a real. I don't think I had a real idea of beginning, middle, or end. I just knew that we had to make her a serial killer. Rob, I will write a book about you. If it's not a book, it'll be a short story. I'm sure I could come up with something.
Just name it the guitar god and international sex symbol.
Yes.
You know,
Rob
that's
is Rob is very irresistible.
the irresistible guitar god.
Yes.
Yes, good title. Good title.
Yes. He's a good friend of mine. We, been knowing each other for years.
Yeah. So then, how hard was that to grasp writing a book from the end backwards? Like, so you wrote the end. You knew what the end was like.
Mhm.
So then, where did you go? Like, did you just fill in the middle, or did you go straight from the beginning
I went
and then
straight from
fill?
I went straight from the beginning.
Okay, that's what I figured. I had to go from. It'd be kind of hard to go in the middle and then at the
Right.
beginning. I figured if you start the end, go into the beginning, you can just fill in the missing pieces.
Right. And that's exactly what I did. And of course Moira had to have a happy ending. I love her to death. Because she read having Sam for dinner, and she says, I don't like that ending. She says it needs to be a happy ending. And I said, well, um, it's a horror novel. It doesn't have a happy ending. I said, okay,
Yeah.
fine. I said, you know what? I'll give you a happy ending. Because by the end of the book, I was actually mad at the female character in the book, Ellen. Even though I'm writing it, because I'm like, dude, you had chances. You could have stopped all of this. And so I twisted it
Hmm.
for the alternate ending, which pleased Moira because it was a happy-ish
Happy ending.
ending.
Yes.
And I was like, no, I don't use the entire seasoning rack when I cook Sam or any other humans. It's just a little of this and a little of that. We don't want to over season our people.
So wasn't there a backstory to how having Sam for dinner came
Oh,
to be?
there
I
was.
I I remember you telling me this.
There was. So the year when I wrote having Sam for dinner, what happened was right before we were getting ready to have a Yule celebration here at the house,
Hmm.
potluck and stuff like this. And, Moira was coming, our friend Kim was coming, my daughter and her husband were coming. And at this point, Kim she was getting a divorce. She had a new boyfriend, and she was going to bring the new boyfriend, and his name was Sam.
Hmm.
So I called my daughter up and I'm like, hey, we're doing the Yule celebration this weekend. Uh, Needed to find out what you're bringing. Oh, by the way, Kim is bringing her new boyfriend, Sam.
Hmm.
My child does not miss a beat, and she is definitely my child. She says, Mom. I said, what? She says, how are we going to cook Sam? I said, I don't know. Barbecue would be the quickest way, I guess. So we got into this whole, hey, Lucas, we got into this whole like conversation about cooking and eating her boyfriend. And
Man.
I took that in a little too far, of course. And of course, I, wrote it up, a little short story, and I posted it on X. And it just kind of blew up. It was more of a joke. And I said, okay, well, now I have to write the book. I mean, and actually, believe it or not, Sam actually loves the fact that he, how the story came about and that he
Yeah.
is, the main character in the story.
So did you guys play it off when he came there? Did you try to, you know,
We did and failed horribly. So,
who cracked first?
well, okay, so Kim actually tipped him off.
Ah,
I know I could have killed her. I'm like, dude, but there were signs. Like we had cooked a ham,
yeah.
and we should have probably done like a roast or something because I don't think human meat looks like ham.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I've never cooked human, but pretty positive. So he knew right away. We're all sitting there waiting for him to like grab a plate, which of course he didn't right away. And so I had Sean take him outside, go talk or whatever, like get him out of the house, have him
Mhm.
go help you do something. And I had my skull and I put it on the table and I told him, I said, oh, did you enjoy dinner? He says, yeah. I said, good, because we just ate our neighbor. Who
Oh
our
my
neighbor,
god.
by the way, his name is Kevin. So we just ate our neighbor, Kevin.
And what was his reaction?
He just laughed. He says, he goes, Kim tipped me off not to
Oh
believe
yeah,
half
that's right. Yeah, Kim
what
tipped him off.
what y'all do here. I was like, okay.
Like I couldn't imagine just if no one tipped me off and then that happened and then like I'm looking around at everybody, I'm like, oh crap. Like this is it. This is how it's gonna end. I'm
Yeah.
done. You know?
Well, especially at my house, because like we had we were in the woods one day and I found some woodier mushrooms. And so I picked them off the tree, and I said, well, I'm gonna cook them up because I usually cook. And
I'm guessing
Rob,
you usually smack him around if he's talking some trash to you.
well, I try not to, but yeah, maybe. So anyway, the woodiers, I picked some woodiers and I was making chicken Alfredo and I threw that in there with them. And we're all sitting here, we're eating these woodier mushrooms and the chicken Alfredo. And because they're wood ears, there was so many like Jeffrey Dahmer jokes going around. It's like, this one tastes like an ear. Feels like I'm chewing on an ear.
Nah.
It was funny. It was really good though. Um, let's see what else we got.
The wood ears were interesting.
Yeah, more were like the wood ears.
So you being strictly a horror comedy author, have you ever thought about venturing into something different?
No, not really.
Horror romance?
Moira, be quiet. I could hear those wheels turning. Um, Not really per se. There is a short story or two that, or a book, even maybe it's a book that me and Moira are going to do together. There's two of them actually. One of them is called The Smutty Necrophiliac.
Yeah, you were telling me
I,
about that.
yeah, that one's going to be pretty spicy.
Mm,
And the other one was Zombie Babe in Dino Land.
okay. That yeah.
Zombie Babe in Dino Land, I will just say it's going to be smutty too.
Okay. These are gonna be short stories or what's
Me and Moira hadn't decided yet. I don't know if we're going to do whole books or if they're just going to be like little novellas. Maybe. Because we're going to collaborate on that together.
yeah. All right, listen, I want to talk to you about Temptress.
Okay.
Okay, because I wish I had the copy with me, but obviously it didn't show up on time. Stupid Amazon.
This copy.
Yes. All right. So I always compare horror authors to actors who are portraying a serial killer or some kind of sick, twisted character.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take Charlie Hunnam or Christian Bale, for example, with American Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've heard interviews of them, even with like Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger, when actors get into those kind of roles, they really dive and get themselves into the mind of that character.
Right.
And Charlie Hunnam, who just played Ed Gein on that Netflix series, Monster, you know what I'm talking about?
It. Yeah, I heard about it. I wanted to see it, but I didn't feel like paying my Netflix subscription, so I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I think it's the I know I haven't watched it, but I know who the guy is. He was some serial killer back in, I believe, the 50s, late 50s.
Yeah, like 40s or 50s. He's actually one of my favorites. There is a slight nod to him in Temptress.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember. No, I remember. I do.
Had to do with furniture.
Yep, because that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
So hearing them talk about how they basically became that character.
Yeah.
They put their mind in that character, and even Offset, when cameras weren't rolling, they were back at their hotels or whatever, waiting for the next day to start shooting again. They stayed in character so they wouldn't lose anything about it. So when a horror author, so you can help me understand this with Temptress, of how descriptive that book is and how actually terrifying that book is. Did you have to get your mind into the main character, Delphine?
No.
Not at all.
I live there. That's just me. I'm like,
She's just a natural.
my mind is very dark on a regular basis. So I come up with stuff like that all the time. The funny thing is though, with Temptress, I had to brush up on my my tanning skills as far as technique went, in theory.
Yeah.
So that you could tan the hides. So I had to do a little quick research, and then we had to, in the opening scene, the guys. I know you love them.
Yes, that opening scene is good.
Well, we had to. Moira was like, I don't know if you have the right setup for, like, because he's supposed to be tied down. And I said, okay, well, let me go make sure it works. So my husband was sleeping,
Hmm.
or he had just woke up, something like this. And I had like this big cord, and I'm like, don't move. And he goes, what are you doing? And I'm like wrapping the cord around him to see. And I was like, okay, now see if you can move your arms and your shoulders. And he could. And I said, okay, see, it works. Jose's funny. Um, but yeah, so there was some stuff that I had to kind of research a little bit on for Temptress.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, I generally, my mind is actually that dark on a regular basis.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I always found that interesting because like I think I always think horror people who write horror are just like actors
Yeah.
because I remember an interview or reading something with um Jack Nicholson,
Mhm.
warning Heath Ledger about getting into the role of the Joker, and he said,
Yeah.
he was telling him how hard that role is, even though it's a fake, obviously it's a fake character, but
Right.
you know you have to get your mind into that role and portray it the best way you can, and the only way to do that is to think like that and become that character.
Right.
So I always wondered that with horror people, with authors who write horror.
Um, I s- I think some people, some authors might do that. Um, but like I said, I'm just, that's just me. I've always been that way. I've watched horror since I was 3 years old. The first movie I watched at 3 was Exorcist. Um, and I've fallen in love with horror. So even if I'm outside, like walking the dogs or something, I mean, I'm surrounded by woods. There's
Hmm.
so many things that you could, conjure up in your mind about what could happen.
Yeah.
And so my mind always works that way. So it's like, what if, you know, somebody jumped out of the woods, or what if somebody was spying on me, which by the way I've had happen,
Hmm.
oddly enough. That was a fun night. Well, because I mean, I'm in 20 acres of woods, right?
Okay.
And we have 5 of it cleared. And me and Kim were actually sitting by the bonfire one night, and um, she said, "Well," she goes, "I think I heard somebody cough." I'm like, "Well, I didn't hear it. We had music going and stuff." I
Hmm.
said, "Well, let's go take a look up the driveway and see, because we got a long driveway." We get up there, and we had just, like, I smoke, so I just put my cigarette out. And this guy kind of comes walking up. He says, "Hey, you got a smoke?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Okay." And then she turns and looks at me. She says, "How did he know that you were smoking?"
Yeah. Right. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, well, he I guess was spying on us from inside the woods. It was dark out, so I couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Um, so the two, my husband and his friend who was here, we tell them about it, and of course they go out, you know, looking for the guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's things, I'm always you know, I've always said that, my house and my property's haunted, which it is. We get visitors, but it's different little things like, you have ghosts because I can see stuff, but you have ghosts, you have real life threats,
Hmm.
and it's always because, especially if I'm alone at the house, I realize that I'm pretty isolated. So
Yeah.
yes, I have neighbors on all 4 sides of me, but if I were to go out in the backyard and scream, nobody would really hear me.
Are your neighbors? You say you have 4 neighbors, but are they like a good distance?
They're a good, depending on where I'm at in the yard, they're either 500 feet or more away. But
Okay.
there's woods in between,
Ah.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha. Yeah.
right, I can hear people talking loudly like 2 streets over
Hmm.
because the sound carries funny here.
Yeah.
But like if I'm in the backyard and I'm screaming my head off and somebody's in the front yard, they will never hear me.
Okay.
You might hear me 2 blocks over, but not know where you're coming from, right?
Yeah.
So, there's always that, okay, what if? And what happens if, I'm home alone and somebody breaks into the house. What do I do? Well, I mean, obviously the first thing I would do is grab a gun, but if I couldn't get to it, then what do I do?
Yeah.
Now I know my wood's like the back of my hands, and yes, it would suck because they're chock full of briars, but my butt's hightailing it as slowly as I can because I don't run fast, somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mind is always like that. It's always, um, thinking of the worst case or the creepiest thing, possible.
Hmm. So, what do you like writing better, horror or horror comedy?
Oh, straight horror.
Straight horror. Why is
Straight
that?
horror.
It's because does it
It,
come more easy for you to write?
it comes more easy, but I like to scare people.
Yeah. Okay.
And I
That's
like to
fair.
see how far I can push those boundaries before somebody just says, "Okay, I've had enough."
Well, remember the one story I told you? I forget what chapter it was in Temptress, but it was a really like chilling chapter.
Yeah.
And when I go to work in the morning, it's still dark out. And
Mhm.
I was making my way to the car. I swore I heard footsteps. And I immediately got my phone out and turned the flashlight on and was like going around the house, going around the cars.
Mhm.
I'm like, I swear I'm hearing something. But I'm
Well,
like,
yeah.
I'm getting in my car and getting the hell out of here. Okay.
Right.
I forget what chapter it was, but it was a very chilling chapter. And I was
Yeah.
like,
And
oh man, this book is getting to me.
uh, well, if Temptress got to you, Gravemore will definitely get to you, and because um, it's more creepy. Like when I was writing Temptress, I didn't. He's actually right about that. I might.
When
I have some torture techniques that bounce around in my head from time to time. But when
Mhm.
I was writing Temptress, I didn't find it scary. It was more psychological, like just kill all the guys or whatever. But with Gravemore, it's um it's more of like a cosmic horror in a way,
Mhm.
and it's kind of got that Lovecraft feel to it. Not, and I would not call it Lovecraftian, but it does have that feel to it. Um, but it's spooky, and there's scenes in Gravemore Radio for whatever reason that when I wrote them, they were creeping me out.
Okay. And
So
your
I
own
know it's
work
gonna
was
creep you
creeping you
out.
out.
It does it. I don't scare easily.
Same. I don't. I can watch horror movies like gory and just
Mhm.
like the not yeah, like the like not even just the gory ones, the ones that like nothing really is going on. It's just the atmosphere of the movie is making the movie scary. I love those
Yeah.
kind of horror movies.
And that's really how Gravemore is. It's because when I'm sitting there writing it, and for whatever reason, um, I always pictured like the town to be cloaked in like this green glow or fog or something.
Mm,
I can't figure out why, but and so when I'm in that mindset, I get the whole atmosphere is just really creepy,
yeah.
in the story, and I'm just kind of like, okay, now what? While you're writing it, and I'm like, and what's funny about Gravemore is like while I'm writing it, I'm getting sucked into the story.
Okay.
Where
That's good.
I kind of didn't do that with Coven when I was writing Coven or Having Sam for Dinner or Temptress as much, but with this one, it's like I'm getting just sucked right into it.
That's good. That's
Oh
good.
yeah.
Thinks he was disconnected. Are you back yet? Oh yeah,
I don't.
he is
I'm
back.
not.
He just said he was disconnected.
Yeah. Well, if someone's watching you, yeah, I bet.
Comedy is hard. Respect to anyone who can write comedy. I bet it is. Did
It,
you have? I mean, how easy was Coven for you to write?
Coven was very easy for me to write. Um, as far as comedy, writing comedy, if you, I mean, like I said, Coven was part of like a real life event that I took kind of and ran with it. But I find if it's something that would make me laugh, it's gonna
Mhm.
make somebody else laugh. Like the army of squirrels in Coven. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like what? Because I had to come up with the most absurd thing ever to throw in there, and I was like, okay, squirrels. And I did the squirrels because Moira rehabs squirrels, so she's always got squirrels somewhere, either tucked in her boobs or climbing on her or at my house for movie night. But I mean,
Yeah.
they're great. I actually I enjoy when she brings the squirrels over. But uh, um, okay, I am not screaming on live interview. That would have hurt everybody's ears. Um, but anyway, where was I going with this? So all right, so the squirrels. I mean, I could have used any kind of animal, but squirrels just seem to hit.
Mhm.
Um, and of course, I had to change, Beelzebub's name to Beelzebub because why the hell not?
Yeah.
Um, but it was just stuff that was kind of thrown together. I was like, how can we make this funny or annoying? And sometimes annoying is funny, like with Kevin and the finger guns, it's annoying, but it's so annoying that it's comical.
Yeah.
And then especially like it was even better because you really feel the characters getting annoyed with him.
Oh yeah. They were all getting annoyed with him, especially by the end. They just wanted
Yeah.
to get rid of him.
But there will be a Coven 2 sometime this year.
Okay.
And yes, Kevin will be back.
Of course, you got to bring Kevin back.
I know. I mean, they made him back to normal. They fixed him. And so he was no longer a zombie, but things happen. Yeah, Rob, your mind's always devious. Uh, that's why we're such good friends. But anyway, yeah, Kevin ends up a zombie again, and one
Again.
of
Okay. That's gonna
again,
be fun.
well, because I mean, at the end of Coven, they fix him and he's
Mhm.
human again. So
It's only right to put him back. You know.
right, but in this one of the girls has an accident, and the cover art, once I reveal it, will explain
Yeah.
sort of.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your newest one coming out soon? You said this
Oh,
one, the Greymoor, was going to be your longest one,
oh
longest
God,
book you've written.
this is gonna be probably longer than War and Peace at this point. Um, well, let me rephrase that: longer than War and Peace and Moby Dick combined. Okay,
Uh,
um, because I'm at I'm almost to 80,000 words. I just started chapter. No, I just finished chapter 27, or I'm just starting chapter 28. One of the two,
mm,
and I haven't even gotten like halfway through yet.
that's not even
Like,
halfway through. Okay.
yeah, no, it's because you have like all this other stuff going on, and nobody really at this point, you don't know what the catalyst for the events are,
Hmm.
although you're suspecting. And good point. Yeah, Wild and Crazy Guy. Yeah, I would go with that one. With Steve Martin for Kevin. Except think more, My Blue Heaven, where he's kind of sleazy. Um, but no, really, the catalyst. You're suspecting what's going on, but you're not sure.
Hmm.
I can tell you at the end of Gravemore, there is going to be this huge, like, oh my God moment that no one is going to see coming. Like, you
Well,
couldn't even pick it out in a million years. Um, It's going to be one of those.
Well, I didn't see the ending of Temptress coming, and normally I could pick up on that kind of stuff, but that really took me by surprise. And
Yeah,
I kind of got angry too.
yeah, right. Okay, so Temptress wasn't wasn't supposed to end that way.
Yeah, say did you have that was that planned or that just you decided for that to happen?
Um, it was not. So originally, everybody kind of well, let's see, how can I put this without spoiling it? So originally, everybody kind of escapes. Like you don't know what it.
Mhm.
The main character disappears. Um, the detective is, saved.
Yeah.
Still, but and Marion just kind of goes on with her life.
Hmm.
Um, but and I had help from Sean Just, who was another DVS author and member.
Yep.
Um, which me and him are good friends as well. And I was like, I can't figure out this ending. Like, it's just not sitting with the rest of the book. I just, and so we're sitting there brainstorming, and I'm like, okay, I got it. I said, so I'm gonna go totally psycho on it. And that's how we ended up with the ending. And it
Mhm.
worked so well because you really, if you're reading the journals throughout the story, because that's really the only way I could get Marion's character to really like have a personality,
Mhm.
because she's so plain Jane, so boring. It's honestly, she was like writing about myself. Sit in stare at four walls all day long. Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
Um, and she didn't have any friends or anything like that. So it was very difficult to write Marion and make her feel like a real person.
Okay.
And the only way I was able to do that was through journal entries. So that way you can see what she's thinking without her moving around too much.
Yeah. Okay. I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed her journal entries.
Yeah, they were pretty interesting, especially since Delphine doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. She thinks that she's, you know,
Right, that she's
very
careful and
yeah.
nobody. But the cool thing is that you don't realize that it could have gone um well, and it was supposed to kind of go where it was actually Marion killing everybody.
Oh wow.
But it I couldn't quite make that work,
Mhm.
which would have been cool, but I couldn't, it just didn't fit. And then it
Yeah.
wouldn't have been, Moira killing everybody. Oops, sorry. Delphine, I mean. Uh Anywho, um so anyway, we had it like that. I left it to where you're almost not quite sure if it's Marion or Delphine doing this stuff. But through the journal entries, you realize, yes, it's definitely her, until
Mhm.
Marion has a couple of kills of her own.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do your characters ever turn to you and say, "No, Corvina, dear"? That is how it's gonna happen. Um, sometimes, sometimes, really, um, I'll have, be writing a character, and I'm like, okay, this is how we're gonna do it, and the writing says, no, it's not. And so the characters basically tell me, nope, we're gonna do something else, and it actually works out better.
Yeah, that reminds me of one of my favorite authors, Jonathan Mayberry. Not sure if you ever heard of him.
Hmm.
Um, when he wrote the series that he's writing, Joe Ledger series, and it was between Joe and this guy named Church, and he said that one day like he just had characters talking in his head,
Yeah,
and he basically put it on paper.
yeah. I haven't gotten to that point yet in my writing, um, but I don't think it would be too far fetched.
I mean, I feel like that's how authors are when they're writing a book? Like you having your characters talk to you in your head, and you're putting it on paper.
Sometimes. See, when I write, it's not necessarily the characters talking to me. It's more um like I'm watching a movie in my head, similar to when I'm reading.
Mm,
And so I'm letting this movie unfold, and putting that on paper.
yeah,
Now, I do know there are some authors that are like, yes, I hear this character, I hear their voice, I hear them telling me this is how it needs to go. I'm not there yet. I'm just letting them do their thing and run rampant.
so what authors inspired you to start writing?
Oh, there's plenty. Agatha Christie has always been
Mm,
my favorite. I've been reading her since I was really little. And my grandmother used to take me to dinner theater, and they would do the Agatha Christie plays. And I'd watch anything with Agatha Christie in it.
yeah,
So I, Agatha Christie was one. She's where I got my love of mystery from. And then Bentley Little, of course, because he's the way he writes, and he's actually kind of what inspired me to write Coven to some degree,
okay,
because he's horror. You know, I find him personally much better than Stephen King with the way he writes.
yeah,
But he's got some books that are they're supposed to be scary, but you can obviously tell that he's ranting about something.
yeah,
The association and the policy. I mean, it's about the association is about his homeowners association that he hates,
mm,
and the policy is about his insurance policy that he hates. And it's the whole book, and it's like the most absurd stuff ever. So it's funny, even though it's kind of like scary and creepy. It's still funny. So Bentley Little is another one.
yeah. I remember you
Um,
telling me about him. I haven't read any of his work.
yeah, you really need to. Him and Edward Lee. Edward Lee's another one with his Infernal series. Oh my God, that series was talk about immersive
Hmm.
and dark. I mean, it's basically you take a ride through hell. I mean, and there were some comical parts in those, like
Yeah,
the whole hellscape is kind of like ooh, um, and things that they're just kind of messed up. But his writing is very good too. So both of those authors and Agatha Christie, Poe, of course, because who doesn't like Edgar Allan Poe? I mean, he
hmm,
is,
yep,
and I love H.P. Lovecraft. So, I mean, even though I can't even begin to emulate his style or write in that kind of world, I do draw from some of that in my writing.
yeah. Wouldn't it be wonderful 25 years from now when an author answers that question? Oh, Corvina Sweeney, she's my greatest inspiration.
Oh, I don't honestly. I would be flattered, but um,
Or
in
weren't you telling
reality,
me about something? Somebody in your local town from your library said that they started writing because of you. I swear you told me that a while ago.
oh no, it's a friend of mine. She's a friend of mine. She's older, and when I started writing, and she found out about it, she decided she was going to start writing down stories, um, taken from like stories that she heard growing up, word of
Hmm.
mouth stuff. Um, but I inspired her to do it. Honestly, when people come at me with stuff like that, obviously I'm very flattered, and it does mean a lot. It means that I've inspired somebody to do something good, no matter what it is. But at the
Hmm.
same time, I don't always know how to take it. It's kind of like I don't know how to take compliments very well.
Yeah.
I'm just like, thank you, even though thank you is very boring and generic. I have a problem expressing that, and finding words other than thank you.
Yeah. As
Oh,
writers, one of our greatest dreams
yeah.
is to be remembered.
And he's right. He's right. I mean, I think on some level, I don't think it's just writers. I think it's people in general, because
Yeah, everybody wants to be remembered for something.
for something, and whether you do one specific act of kindness or you do something spectacular,
Mhm.
somebody somewhere will remember you. But even, there's so many writers, there's so many musicians and actresses and actors that at some point, like, they kind of get lost to time, you know.
Okay.
There are some great actors, I watch a lot of old horror movies and old films,
Mhm.
and there's a guy from born and raised in New Orleans. He was an actor back in like the 40s, I want to say. Did a lot of the Charlie Chan movies,
Okay.
back in the day.
Mhm.
I had never heard of him until I happened to catch a movie on Turner Classic Movie Channel one night called King of the Zombies. And I
King of
said,
the
well,
Zombies.
yeah, it's an old black and white. It's actually kind of a funny little movie.
Mhm.
And I actually have it on DVD because I found it. And I was like, oh, I got to have it. And he was so funny. And I was like, how come I've never heard of this guy before? Like, just his mannerisms and and his acting was so good. And I'm just like, how come I've never heard of him? But that's the kind of thing, like, I happened to find him. So now I remember him. But, and I can say, hey, look, this guy was great. He lived, he did these things.
Mhm.
But a lot of times, we all just kind of disappear, at some point,
Yeah.
So I would love to be remembered for, all eternity, but
10 years from now, I remember when a writer shared a tale about a stranger asking for a smoke and being flayed. Response: yeah, she inspired my series. I wonder if she actually flayed him.
that's actually pretty cool. There was actually a scene that was supposed to be in Gravemore Radio that I was writing. Um, and I had to tone it down
What the?
because the scene is basically this guy kills his mother. It was taken from a straight headline from out here. I think I told you about that one.
Yeah, I remember reading about the
Yeah.
story.
And my husband and his brother actually knew the guy's father.
Okay.
Um, and they knew the family, acquaintances, not like, close or anything like this. And the guy, he ends up, he was on drugs or whatever. He's at home alone with his mom, in the actual headline. And he went nuts, killed the mother, decapitated her, and screwed her corpse. I mean, you have murder and necrophilia all at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was going to incorporate that into Gravemore Radio. But I did find out that I have a reader. She's a new reader.
Mhm.
And I found out from her dad, who I'm friends with on X. Most of us probably know him, but I'm not going to mention any names. But she's 12.
Gotcha.
And she had read Having Sam for Dinner. She absolutely loved it. And she wanted to read all my other stuff. And I warned him, like, private message, please don't let her read Temptress.
Yeah.
Like, don't do
That
it.
probably,
Don't do
yeah,
it.
that would have scarred her probably.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. She could read Coven. And so because I wasn't finished, and I'm still not finished writing Gravemore. But because I knew she would read Gravemore Radio,
Mhm.
I'm having to redo that one scene.
Yeah, that could be a little too much
Yeah.
for
Now, I mean,
someone of that
if
age.
I didn't realize, if I realized it was okay, 18 and older only,
Mhm.
okay, fine, whatever. But I want to make sure she can enjoy my books just as much as everybody else can.
Yeah.
She'll have to wait till she's 21 to get Temptress, though. And even then, She might need to be a little older.
Yeah. I feel like The Coven is
Um,
a great start to your work. Horror comedy and then builds up to the horror.
yeah, because I find I started off, horror comedy, and then we had Having Sam for Dinner, and then Temptress, which was even darker, and then Gravemore, in a sense, is even darker than Temptress.
Okay. Oh, I
It,
cannot wait to read this one.
I mean, it's not like, and it's not even like really gory. It's more just that dark, creepy.
Yeah, just what's going on, the atmosphere of the entire book is what's
Yeah,
making it creepy. See, I love that with the books and the horror movies. I love that. It doesn't need to always be gore, bloody, graphic. It just needs to be chilling.
yeah, and that's the best part of horror. I mean, don't get me wrong, Stephen King is a great writer.
Hmm.
Not one of my favorites, but he's a good writer. He hits it sometimes, and sometimes he's a little too wordy. But I never found his books scary ever. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
reading
know
it,
if
and
I
I'm like,
ever.
okay,
Yeah,
and I think he probably could have done his books a lot, like his horror novels, creepier or scarier if he really let himself go. You
yeah.
know,
Hmm.
but I think he holds back a whole lot.
Probably keep it a little bit PG for the people that wouldn't be able to stomach some of the stuff that he actually wanted to write.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
said,
No,
with
if I'm gonna write, I'm gonna really reach into those dark recesses of my mind and go for it.
yeah, no book has like made my stomach turn. Like movies, not even movies really do that for me.
Right.
Some have, but a book has never made me be like, "Oh, like that was that was much." Until I read Temptress, and I was like, "Oh man, this is very descriptive, and I'm loving it."
The meat grinder. I love
Oh
the meat
my!
grinder
When
scene.
you
Oh my god.
first gave me that as you just sent me that chapter, and I was like, "Oh my god,
And then it just got progressively worse.
yes,
Well, the original cover for Temptress, I don't know if you remember, it was supposed to be this big metal meat grinder with meat being ground through it.
yeah, I remember that, yeah."
Oh, and I loved it, but the publisher said, maybe not.
Hey, they
Maybe a
could
little
you
too
you could have
graphic.
made that into a special edition one for people that want to collect, horror books with, scary covers.
It's, I mean, I guess that would have to
Yeah.
be really limited edition. But I like the hardback cover for Temptress the best.
Yeah.
It just seems to fit.
It
And yeah,
fits the character perfectly, in my opinion.
it really does. And believe it or not, those are actually my legs on that cover.
I know they are. Okay.
Which was actually kind of funny because
Because it was
I've
part of that
had
when
I've
someone
had
asked, yeah, to take a picture of legs. Everybody
yeah,
sent in their legs. I forget
yeah,
who asked
well,
that.
um yeah, I did. Well, okay, but I've had that picture for a while.
Mm,
And there's a backstory to that picture. Moira knows it. Um me, Moira, and Sean were sitting around one night, and we were talking about making extra money, and the topic of selling our tell the story about selling pictures of our feet online came up. And I know we weren't drinking,
hmm.
but we said, you know what? If the college kids can do it, let's do it. So I said, well, we'll get our OnlyFans page up for feet pics.
Hmm.
So I go in my sitting room, and I said, I have the great idea. So I took the black tablecloth and I put it over my love seat, and I grabbed my little decorative skull and put it next to me, and I had my heels, and I was like, those heels are, by the way, they're sort of comfortable unless you have to stand in them for too long. But anyway, I'm sitting there, I'm laying on the floor with my feet up, and I'm in this weird contorted like position trying to get the best picture. And that's what I ended up coming up with. But the position I had to get into to actually take that photograph, because I have these little itty bitty arms. So it just wasn't coming out quite right. But I've had that for so long. And my name, by the way, for this, for the OnlyFans thing that was supposed to happen, was Martha Tarsals.
Okay.
Like a play on words, Tarsals, feet,
Yeah.
My husband actually came up with that one. And Moira's, it was something, oh God, I forget what it was. It was something toesies.
hmm
And but it was funny. No, we never actually got our OnlyFans number one. Trisha Toesies, that's what it was.
Trisha Toesies.
OnlyFans didn't like my leg picture, by the way. So I never got to do the OnlyFans thing.
Nah.
To sell foot pictures. So that's how that picture came about, and I just happened to have it. And I said, you know what? Let's throw it up there for the, a hardcover edition of Temptress, because it just worked. The paperback edition of it with the these are buzzards, not crows, by the way.
Okay.
This was actually another photo I had taken at another property
you
that I
did tell
lived
me
at.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a dead tree that I absolutely loved. That tree is gorgeous. And I walked outside one day and I had my camera, and there's these buzzards sitting in this tree. And I'm just like, how cool is that? And I'm a dead tree and buzzards, so since I couldn't use the meat grinder on the cover of Temptress,
I wish you were able to.
I know, it was so great.
Because that opening scene was fantastic.
Yeah, right? It was perfect. But anyway, so since I couldn't use it for a book cover, I used that one instead, because it works, because she's killing these people. She's hiding their bodies, in some very interesting spots. And so, there's buzzards that are going to pick their bodies apart if they're ever found.
Yeah.
So it works. Kendra loved my
story, The Color of Out of Space, some of the very best atmosphere I have ever read. It should be in a text and writing school. Okay.
Nice. I don't think I read that one though. I read Necronomicon and a few other ones. And Kendra likes the meat grinder image.
Yes,
I know.
It was good. It was good.
It really was a good one.
But did she think like that wouldn't, if people saw that, it wouldn't sell?
No, the publisher thought that the bookstores wouldn't carry it physically.
Yeah, I guess.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
So I totally get where she was coming from. I mean, it was graphic. I loved it, but that's me. I could see where some people would have an issue with it.
Yeah, I guess like it's like a 12, 13-year-old in the horror aisle, and they're like, Mom, like, hey, can I buy this book? And they're like, Mom's dad's like, no.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want a 12 or 13-year-old buying Temptress anyway. That's the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with Gravemore, it's not going to be as graphic.
Okay.
But yeah, Temptress just needed to have that real gore factor to it, I think.
Out of all your books, I'm assuming every author has a favorite book of their own. Which one is yours? Which one is your favorite? Which one did you enjoy writing the most?
I enjoyed writing The Coven. I laughed my ass off the whole time.
Oh, I bet. Because I laughed my ass off the entire time reading it.
Right? Yeah, I would just sit there and cackle, and I'm like, okay. I don't know if I have a favorite as of yet. I'd probably say Gravemore Radio right now would be my favorite once I finish it.
Okay.
Um, as good as Temptress is, and like I said, there's certain aspects of Temptress that I absolutely love.
Hmm.
Um, believe it or not, it's not my favorite.
Oh, okay.
And I think the reason is because it was so difficult for me to write
Yeah.
that it kind of, I mean, it just fought me tooth and nail. So it is a great book. Um, if you're into lots of killing, lots of gore, a little bit of spice, it is definitely worth the read. Um, but yeah, Coven's probably my favorite. My second favorite would definitely be Having Sam for Dinner because of that alternate ending.
I still have
Um,
to read that one. I haven't read it yet.
you really do. You really need to read it.
And I love the cover on that one too.
Yeah, the cover for Having Sam for Dinner is just. I mean, I just kind of like what else would go better with it, you know?
Yeah.
You have a skull on a platter, and then like for the hardbacks, and of course we relaunched Having Sam for Dinner, so the cover now is a little different. Instead of the skull, you have this Mardi Gras type mask, or like a porcelain mask with the eyes bleeding.
Hmm.
Um, and actually, that works as well. It not only does it pull from the creepy, but it's basically everybody in the book was wearing a mask of some sort. They were always hiding something,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
Um, Especially like Ellen and her friends, they were hiding like a lot.
Yeah.
I'm reading yeah, that one. Let's
My
see.
favorite Corvina Sweeney book is the one she will write 3 years from now. The devil will quiver at that one.
Oh Lord. Oh boy. Rob's back.
Legs, huh?
Yeah, like yeah, actually that might actually be a good title for a book.
Legs.
I'll write that. Yes, in 3 years I will write legs.
Like what's that one movie that Nicolas Cage just made? I haven't seen it yet. Something Legs. The horror movie he made.
Oh, long legs.
Long Legs. Yes,
Yeah, I
yes. I
haven't
haven't
seen it
seen that. Have you
either.
seen that?
Mm-mm.
Nah.
I'm not really a Nicolas Cage fan, per se. He's okay in some movies, but I'm not
I
a
don't know how much of him is in this movie. So I know what you're saying about him. He could be annoying as hell in some of his movies, but I think
yeah,
this one is really him being very like really creepy. Like the usual acting of him, I don't think is in this movie.
right. Um, I I seen I've seen some of his roles. Like he had a vampire movie that came out
Yeah, years like early.
80s,
Yeah,
90s,
I think so.
and it was
Yeah, I think it was like
awful.
yeah,
5 minutes in, and I was done. I'm like, no. Um, he was good in what was the one with the oh crap? He turned into a skull. I can't think of
oh,
his.
Ghost Rider.
Yes, that's it. I
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
think. I drew a blank.
love
Yeah,
that movie. Love that comic.
yeah. Ghost Rider was good. I have a thing for Sam Elliott, so
Yeah,
um, anything that Sam Elliott's in, I'm watching. It doesn't matter as old as he is, but he's like 90 years old, and I'm still like, oh damn, he's still hot. Uh, but it's I don't know if it's actually him or if it's the voice or a combination. But yeah, I like Sam Elliott a lot. I actually have his first movie recorded. His first movie was Frogs.
frogs.
Frogs back in the 80s. It used to be my favorite movie, and he didn't have the stash.
When he opened her legs, he was not prepared for when they wrapped around him. She smiled up at him. I love that color, baby.
I like that.
That, yeah.
I like that. That's You know what? Rob might like that one too.
Yeah, I think Rob will like that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would. Um, yeah, I'll work on that. I'll work on legs. I'll have to make my notes when I'm done. Um,
So this isn't a spoiler, but with Temptress, because people who haven't read it don't know how it ended, so it's not really a spoiler. But
mhm,
do you plan on continuing that?
no,
Why?
it's pretty final. It's pretty final.
All right.
Like it, there is no coming back from that.
No, but with how it, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
if it had been the way it originally was intended to end, then yes, I could have. But this one is final.
Okay.
There's no more Temptress. Um, well, not book wise anyway. That's a matter for another time. Um,
Have you ever thought
now,
about writing a series?
yes, and I will. I actually have a series planned out that I plan on at least releasing the first book to this year.
Okay.
So we'll see. It's going to be more of a young adult series though.
Yeah.
Um, not that not that adults can't get into it because it's actually going to be kind of funny. Um, but
So it's
it's
gonna be
gonna
more horror comedy then.
yeah, and
Okay.
more like if you've ever seen the TV show Ghosts,
Yes.
okay, it's gonna be more kind of along those lines, sort of.
Okay.
It's because I started writing it like having the idea and kind of trying to get ideas and stuff before that show actually came out, but it was it's more geared to where like anybody can read it and pick it up. You have to read the first book, but
Hmm.
everybody else, the other books are going to be kind of more standalone-ish,
Yeah.
and you don't have to do, in a series. And Rod, it was a pleasure to meet you. Have fun at work.
All right, Rob. Yeah. See ya. Appreciate you stopping by, man. This was yes. Trust me, I will. This broke the ice. I was nervous coming in, but once me and Corvina started talking, it went from there.
And don't forget, everybody needs a little head.
Everybody-
I know I'm so bad. I love my head. That didn't come out right. That didn't come out right.
uh,
I caught myself on that one. Which I do actually often, I'll say something and I'm like, wait, no. Because it left the mouth before the brain caught up.
yeah, exactly.
Um, but no, the series is gonna be kind of we're gonna follow this girl. She owns a mortuary that she inherited. And she also um ended up inheriting some ghosts.
Okay.
And they go on little they help solve mysteries, and the ghosts are just annoying as hell.
Yeah,
Kind
like
of
they
like a
always are.
Kevin. Kind of a classier version of Kevin.
Yeah. Do you have any idea how long this one's gonna last?
Uh I think I have at least 3 books planned.
Okay.
So it's either going to be a trilogy or it'll be a little bit longer. We'll see. Yeah, he really is, Kendra. He's a natural at this.
Yeah, I thank you. I
He got a knack
appreciate
for
that.
it.
Trust me. I really appreciate that. To not know what to expect coming in. I thought I was gonna like chat for like 10 minutes and be like, all right, well,
That's it.
that's it. Yeah. So thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, no. We have so much more we can talk about. Just don't know what.
Yeah. Going on what,
Um,
hour and a half now?
oh, are we?
Yeah, see the time flies when you have fun.
Yeah, it does. I wasn't even paying attention to the time. It's 8 o'clock here, so it's 9 o'clock. What, 9 o'clock there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been staying up till like 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah, you and Dana, you guys, I don't know how both of you do it. Like
I mean,
my oldest son's like that too. She can stay up for hours. And
yeah, but I'm up early. Like I never was like this. Like I would go to bed like midnight, 1 o'clock, I'm done, and go to bed, wake up. But no, lately, like the other night, let's see, I didn't go to bed till 4 in the morning,
damn.
and I was up at like 8, just wide awake. I'm like, okay.
I mean, some people don't need a lot of sleep. Like if 4 hours might be good enough. I mean, I typically
Yeah.
get between 5 and 6, and I'm normally pretty good the following day.
Yeah.
But one night of me staying up late, like if I stay up to like 1, 2 o'clock, because I wake up at 5 o'clock every single day, like between
Oh,
4:30 and 5.
yeah.
If I just do one night, like I'm screwed for like 2 or
The
3
whole week.
nights. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had to like I'm like I'm in bed by 9 o'clock for like 2
Yeah.
days.
Well, naps help. But,
Yeah, yeah.
I can take naps. Most people can't. So,
But then sometimes when you take a nap, you say 3 hour nap, and then you kind of screwed yourself. You're up all night.
yep. Well, and I'll do, I usually do a 2 hour nap, but it's got to be between a certain time and a certain time. Otherwise, I'm up really late, and if I take a late nap, I might as well just go to bed for the night. Mm. The real guest didn't show. That's funny.
Right. We could definitely set something up. I'll contact you about it.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Jump on that interview. That would be a great interview.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a lot more of these. This definitely helped out a lot
Yeah, well, they're
with
they're fun. They're fun. You're supposed to have fun with them. And get word of mouth out about books and
Mhm.
stuff. It's like lately I've been on this kick. Usually I have the TV going, and ooh, nice mug.
Yeah, Myers. Dana got this for me, I think like 2 years ago. Freddy,
Nice. Right?
Pennywise, and then Jason.
Jason. Yeah.
Out of all of them, Michael Myers has always been one of my favorites. Michael Myers and Chucky have always
Really?
been, yeah, one of my favorite. You don't like Chucky? Child's
Eh,
Play.
Chucky is
It was just comical. Like those movies were hysterical. Like you really can't just take this small doll and like throw him into a like the first one, throw him into a fire
right.
or something.
Yeah. No, I mean, I liked Bride of Chucky. Bride of Chucky I liked.
Oh my god, that was funny.
Um
After that, it got stupid.
well, before that it was stupid. Bride of Chucky was the only one. Bride of Chucky is the only one I will watch. Um because I don't know, I just thought it was too stupid. And Michael Myers, no offense, but he's boring. But I have a thing with serial killers too. So like when I see serial killers and I'm reading about serial killers and stuff, I'm like, we don't have any good serial killers anymore.
Yeah,
Think about it. I mean, you had people like Ed Gein, who technically, he's a technical serial killer because really he was a grave robber and he only killed like what, 2 people? I don't consider that serial killer. Um, and then you have like Dahmer. He was interesting. He was at least creative. There's been a few other ones that were creative, but like if you're gonna go and be a serial killer, like be creative.
yeah,
Have some art to it if you're gonna do it. These guys are just, oh, we're just gonna kill everybody. And I'm like,
yeah.
really? What was Edward Todd Lee or Derek? No, Derek Todd Lee. That's his name. He was from here. He was a guy from Baton Rouge. Now he's only cool. He's only cool because he didn't fit the profiles
Okay.
because he was a black guy.
Mhm.
And apparently nobody could figure that out. Like there's never really been a black serial killer.
Yeah.
And he was the first. They were looking for a white guy in a white truck with dark hair, but he was a black guy. See, that's the only reason why he's interesting.
Yeah,
Is because he
a
didn't.
guy works said that. It's like, oh, you white people, you guys are serial killers. We aren't.
I mean, well, you have one. But no, he was only interesting because he didn't fit the mold. The
Yeah.
only problem with him is that aside from that, he's not interesting.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, at least like Ed Gein, while he wasn't eating people, he was making furniture with them.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
think he killed, I think at least 2 people, I think it
yeah,
was.
he did kill 2 people. I think one was like a brother-in-law, or no, I think it was his brother, maybe. And then he killed a woman, or maybe it
Yeah.
was 2 women. I can't remember the whole story. But anyway, there was that, but mostly he was grave robbing and taking corpses. So, yeah, there's an issue with that, but he didn't really hurt anybody.
He just dug up, just dug up
Yeah,
people.
I mean, they were already dead. Maybe they enjoyed it. I don't know. But yeah, we don't have good serial killers anymore. Like they're boring.
Or they just haven't been found yet.
Well,
Never
there's
know.
supposedly one in Texas right now.
I think I did hear something about that.
Yeah, we've not been hearing much about it, but it's every now and then I'll see something on a feed where they're finding bodies in this bayou, and I'm like, okay. I mean, is that the best you've got
Yeah.
for a serial killer? Like,
All
oh,
right.
good night, Kendra.
Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it.
But yeah, just like I said, serial killers, if you're gonna go out and be a serial killer, just be creative.
Yeah.
Make it interesting. Do something fun and notable at least. Don't just dump bodies someplace. It's boring.
Love the Corvina merch here.
Yeah, it
This
was a good
one
month.
is the Coven. This one I'm assuming was supposed to be Temptress, referring to Temptress.
No,
Just
I
a
think
pic,
I
just
just
a
like the
random picture.
design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the back one has the Coven and having Sam for dinner, and
Yeah.
that right there is Kevin. For those that don't know, that is the crazy zombie in
Kevin.
the Coven.
Yep. I do
Well,
actually have a Kevin shirt on my my website.
okay. Yeah, you're telling me about that. Yeah, then she's like a Hawaiian shirt, right?
Well, there's the Hawaiian shirt, but there's an actual T-shirt that's Kevin reading a book in a hammock and saying something about it's a great day to read a good book or something like that. And he's reading
Yeah.
the Coven. I mean, why not? Um, and there's Kevin socks. But yeah, I have stuff on my website.
Yeah.
Other merchandise and stuff too. Um, but let's see, what else can we talk about? I know there was another book thing that I wanted to discuss, and I don't remember what it is now.
Something that's coming up.
Well, no, we talked on
Hey, the Graymore.
yeah, Gravemore and the little project with
With
Mora.
more, yeah.
I have been listening to this week, especially for some reason. I've been having my playlist on repeat in the living room, like from the time I get up to the time I go to bed.
Yeah.
Which is probably driving my husband crazy because I'm not watching TV, which I normally have the TV on.
Yeah.
And it's the same songs, it's Typo Negative. I'll throw in a couple of, 80s hair bands, but it's mainly Typo Negative.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to them a lot, which one of the scenes that I just wrote in Gravemore, which wasn't actually supposed to be, I don't know, it kind of wasn't supposed to be there yet, was because I was listening to Typo Negative. I was like, well, let's throw in kind of some tension, with love interest, sort of.
Yeah. Does
You know what I mean?
music, like when you're writing, does music give you like a spark for anything? Like, do you get any
Sometimes.
motivation from music?
Sometimes. It depending on what I'm listening to, and the music really affects me in different ways. But depending on what I'm listening to, I'll get in that really dark mood. And that's usually where a lot of the horror comes from. And depending on what
Yeah.
I'm writing, like with typo negative, they're very well, most of their songs are about sex. Um so you'll have some spice in there. Um but it's not just about
That's in
sex, like,
Tempest.
yeah. It's not about it. I mean, it's not just about sex. They have a lot of like heartache and stuff in there too. So it
Mm,
kind of it worked well with Gravemore because this particular scene, like the main character has already lost a wife.
okay.
Um, he's working at this radio station on the graveyard shift.
Mm,
Um, his coworker, that's also a host, and kind of like his backup person. She's she had gone through like drug addiction and bad breakup, with a boyfriend, and she's come to Gravemore. Um, all of Gravemore is technically fictional,
okay.
um, but it still takes place in Louisiana, if that
So
makes sense.
yeah.
So, like Gravemore, there's like Wicker Ridge, which I think was supposed to be Baton Rouge. Gravemore is either Albany or Ponchatoula. Um, there's Ashburn, which I think was New Orleans, like kind of modeled after New Orleans.
Mm,
So it's still Louisiana based, of course,
yeah.
but it's all fictional. Um, but yeah, she's there. And they kind of have a little backstory on her and a little bit of backstory on Dean, but not too much in depth on what actually happened to them.
Okay.
So you kind of get like in one scene, you get bits and pieces of it because they're sitting there discussing, hey, why did you come here, or what happened? And you learn that Dean's wife had died in a tragic car accident, I believe is how I made it. So he's been alone. And this girl, Jules, who's the other main character, she is younger than him. Not by too much, but there is an age gap, And at this
Yeah.
point, where I'm at now, because you kind of feel it like they should be either having feelings for each other or kind of something going on there. But at this point where I'm at now, it really solidifies that there is something.
Yeah.
And neither one of them are really wanting to admit it because he's
Okay.
kind of questioning the fact that she's younger.
Yeah.
He doesn't really know what she's wanting. But it works because spoiler alert, they live. Yeah, that's the only. This book is going to have the happy ending. They live.
Okay.
There are some parakeets that get sacrificed in the book. Yeah, I'm not one to kill animals in my books. That just kills me. But I mean, it's a parakeet. It's kind of like chicken, so so they get, they're going to end up dying.
Mr. John A. Douglas
Oh, hey,
came here to
John.
chew bubblegum and harass chat, and I'm all out of gum.
Oh, well, then come on, harass us. Let's hear some heckling, dude. Come on. I'm all for it.
Good to see you, John. Good to see you. Thank you for hopping in.
Yeah, we definitely need some heckling, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm killing parakeets in this book.
Poor parakeets.
I know. And I feel bad about it. Moira was like, "Oh my God, she goes, got to do it." I'm like, "But I don't want to." She goes, "You made me kill a dog." I was like, no. You
What, in her
killed.
book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that she's writing. Like, no, I told you not to kill the dog. See, my thoughts exactly. They're in the bird family. They got to taste like chicken.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, then again, everything else tastes like chicken too, right? You know, people are like, oh, what's alligator taste like? Chicken? No, alligator does not taste like chicken.
I don't know if I've ever had alligator. I'm assuming you have.
I have.
Yeah.
Good night, Rob. We'll see you later.
All right, night, Rob. Thank you for hopping in. I appreciate it. Good to meet you.
I'll text you soon. But yeah, alligator is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
If
that's
it's
what I
done right.
heard.
If it's done right, like you don't even know that it's alligator.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with John. It's good. I get addicted to like the first time I had it was at New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood on Decatur Street in the French Quarter, and I said, "Oh, let's try some alligator balls." It's not what it sounds like. Not what it sounds like. They're just fried, shredded alligator, mixed up. And so I tried them. I was craving them for 6 months after.
Oh, damn.
And I'm like, okay, I need more alligator balls. Maybe I should say balls of gator. Alligator balls just sound so swamp oysters.
Ugh.
I'm not even sure what a swamp oyster. Do I want to know, John? Not heard of a swamp oyster, unless you're talking about the mushroom. Oyster mushrooms are good. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for
Yeah,
this.
I'm waiting for him to say something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's all he's got. That's not going to work, John. I need details here. Let's see. But no, alligator does not taste like chicken. Now, people keep saying frog legs do. And I can't bring myself to eat frog legs.
Yeah, I never had it.
Well, the world may never know. Gee,
The
thanks,
world may
John.
never know.
Such a tease. My husband actually has a nonprofit that he runs.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Lakeless Frog Foundation. We make wheelchairs for lakeless frogs.
Oh, like they do with dogs.
You're totally not getting the joke.
No, I'm not.
Frog legs.
Yes.
Yeah.
That went over my head. Yes, it did.
Oh, I know what we didn't touch on. The sweatshop.
Oh, yes. Explain that.
Yes. Okay. So, my brother-in-law owns a company where we manufacture security alarms or security systems for schools. They're crisis alert systems is what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a warehouse. Well, originally we were working in home and I would program the motherboards and stuff that would go into, the system. Well, we moved into the warehouse. That was fun. Anyway, we moved into a warehouse because they switched products on us again.
Mm-hmm.
And the warehouse had a barely working bathroom, no AC, and no heat. Okay. Now, my husband runs the company with my brother-in-law. And somewhere in the mix, I'm the supervisor at some point.
Yeah.
So I was working, as supervisor, over the assembly crew. And we're in this warehouse. So I started calling it the sweatshop because it was miserable.
Yeah.
Like it was just the worst. Now, granted, now we have a working bathroom. Thank God. Because being in that warehouse 8 hours a day with no bathroom.
Yeah. What kind of? Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be terrible.
And then of course it was funny because at the time we wouldn't get paid like normal. You don't get paid hourly, you get paid by the part.
Okay.
And so like for example, if I was programming the motherboards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every card that I would program, because there's these little itty bitty cards, they were 9 cents. I would make 9 cents. So my pay was 9 cents per unit or per product, and I was like, how does this make money?
Yeah,
Like I feel like I'm working and making less than minimum wage, but actually at the end of the week, I would come out with $1,000 paycheck. Easy.
yeah, because you were probably making a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to program cases of these things. So,
Mhm.
but that's how like every product was until recently. Was you got paid, you know, per part or whatever. And it
Yeah,
worked. It was great. It was good money. It's just the conditions kind of weren't all that great. Not at first anyway. So I nicknamed it the sweatshop and it stuck. And I mean, now granted, they have working toilet. We have AC and heat in there now, so it's pretty comfortable, with the weather changes and stuff.
yeah,
We still get gassed on Tuesdays. The grocery store next door to our warehouse has this big industrial generator, and every Tuesday at between 11 and noon, they set this thing off, and so all the exhaust fumes comes into the warehouse and gasses all of us. It's
yeah. I bet.
terrible. It's wonderful. Um, so there is that. Bye, Jose. We'll see you later. Thanks for
Yeah,
popping
see,
in.
Jose. Thank you so much for stopping in and hanging. I appreciate it.
So we just got my niece and one of her friends was working at the sweatshop, you know, um, and they just left
Mhm.
for something closer to their house. So we got 2 new hires in. So the running joke is I go in and I terrorize them and torture them because it's the sweatshop.
Yeah, of course.
But that's all it is. It's a joke. I mean, the what we do, I mean, makes a difference, and we love what we
Yeah,
do, and we're very happy. Um, but I have a sense of humor that's a little dark and twisted, and so
nothing wrong with that.
yeah. So it's affectionately called the sweatshop.
Yes.
I mean, it is a lot nicer than when we first started in there by a lot,
Yeah.
you know. And I think it was only like that for maybe a month or two. It wasn't even very long.
Okay.
Um, we even had a porta potty, in there just because. We had to have someplace to go. Um,
Yeah, those in the heat, oh, nasty.
Trust me, I know.
Because I used to work in the union, the carpenter union, and
Mm.
there were multiple throughout the job sites. But just going in there on a
On a hot
95
day,
degree day is like, do I
it's
really
rough,
like what am I doing in my life right now?
right? It's like, I will hold it till the end of end of time if I got to. I am not going in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much against porta potties. I will drive to a restaurant, something. Not doing it. But no, like I said, we got everything fixed. Everything's great,
Yeah, that's
but
good.
the nickname stuck.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if anybody sees me making posts about the sweatshop, that's what it is. It's not an actual sweatshop. Although we used to joke though, because when I was programming here at the house, doing it when we were working from home, I used to tell everybody that my husband would chain me to the table and he'd only feed me breadcrumbs and water and would like crack a whip on me to actually work and continue to work.
Mm,
Um, some people thought we were serious.
yeah.
I mean, okay, I wasn't losing any weight over it, but the bread and water diet wasn't working. And if I misbehaved and I didn't get, finish the quota, he would take away my breadcrumbs.
Uh, is this true? You guys live 20 minutes from each other?
Yes, actually.
Yeah. Lives in its former hometown.
Yes. Yeah, me and John had messaged back and forth. We actually aren't very far away, and I know where he used to live here in Albany,
Okay.
or at least that little area. Yeah, we've never met though.
Never come across paths anywhere. That's damn.
Well,
I mean, you
yeah,
probably got. I guarantee you guys have. You just never noticed. If you live
No,
20 minutes apart, there's definitely a time where you guys cross paths and you just didn't notice.
I
There
get
had to
it.
have been.
I mean, I would have remembered seeing John if I had, and also I'm a big homebody.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I really am. I don't. I mean, I sit home and I write all day long, and then when I'm not writing, like every now and then, I'll leave the house. It's rare, and if I'm leaving the house, it's usually because I've gone stir crazy and I've told my
Yeah,
husband, let's go somewhere
yeah,
or we have an appointment or something.
yeah.
Well,
I'm in boring PA.
yeah, I mean, look, I even, Thursdays are usually my day out. Maybe, maybe. I mean, it is quite possible. Carter's is a grocery store in town. They've changed the
Okay,
name though, but it's a grocery store.
okay,
I mean, it is quite possible.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, like I don't even go to the grocery store anymore. I send my husband. Like, go get, we need. He's like, okay. But no, Thursdays I usually leave the house
Yeah.
because I got to go hand out checks and stuff to the employees at the sweatshop.
No, okay. All right, well, we're about 2 hours in. I pretty I
That's
think
pretty good.
I think this was a success.
I think so too.
Yes. But before we head off, inside this cup now, inside the Corvina merch, is a bunch of names that I
Oh,
wrote down before the stream. See, hold on.
oh, John, it didn't shut down. It just changed ownership, so now it's Canes. It's Canes Market.
So what I want to do in this cup, I'm shaking it up. I'm gonna pull a name. Now I'm not sure how many names I wrote down. In each interview that I do, I will
Mhm.
do the same thing with each author. I'm gonna pick a name out of here. And a lot of people might already be going already. I know we've been going for a long time.
Yeah.
And then but I'll contact them and see what they want to do. Pick out a name and do a giveaway of one of your books, either The Coven, Having Sam for Dinner, or Temptress.
Hmm, sounds
All
good.
right. So now we'll contact them and to ask them which one would you like. So shaking it up, not cheating. All right.
Mm.
Shave some more. All right. Let's see. Let's pick a name. Only one of you can come out. All right. There we go. Let's see who it is. Ooh, Rowdy
Ooh, Rowdy. Ooh.
from Rowdy Player One. Probably can't see. It's not focusing in. And I didn't write it big enough anyway. But yes, Rowdy from Rowdy Player One. I will contact him and tell him that he won a giveaway for one of your books.
The coffee mug of fire. That is great.
Ah, look who just showed up, Rowdy.
Yeah, Rowdy, just in time.
Just in time, Rowdy. So I just picked a name out of the Corvina Sweeney Cup for a giveaway, and you won. So you have an option of 3 of her books, Having Sam for Dinner. You can see the ring light in there. I'm sorry.
Yep, that's okay.
The Coven. And then her newest one that just came out. I don't have a copy of it, but she does. Temptress of Weinberger Road. Now, before you pick one, this is a horror comedy. This pretty much a horror comedy also.
No, it's more dark romance.
More dark romance.
I mean, if we're gonna go there.
Yeah, but that one, my friend, Temptress, that is straight horror. That will give you chills. Okay. And if you like Stephen King, you would definitely like that book. I'm telling you. Trust me. So just message me and let me know which one you want to have.
Honestly, I think Temptress should come with little miniature like meat grinder keychains.
Mark, you pick for me. I trust your judgment, my
Uh-oh.
friend. Okay,
That's
so have okay. Oh, that's yeah.
the orcs in it.
Okay, so how are you with horror, like descriptive horror scenes? How are you with that? Are the orcs in it?
No, sorry, the orcs had to. The orcs opted out.
You can only have 20.
Well, okay, so well, I was thinking about that, Moira. Um, in chapter 7 of Coven needs to come with miniature butt plugs.
Weren't you giving those out?
I did. I don't know what they liked more, the butt plug or the fact that when it had to go, I was filling out the customs forms. They said list what was in the bag, like in the package, and sex toys just didn't come to mind, so I wrote butt plugs.
Oh man.
Needless to say, the package was never opened.
All right, so you do love Stephen King. All right, so I think I have my choice for you. All right. Like, in my opinion, like, I haven't read, I've only read one Stephen King book. I know. Shoot me. All right. I'm sorry. I don't know how gory or descriptive his novels are, but if they aren't, Temptress is.
So Temptress it is, so we need to get him a little meat grinder to go with it.
Yes.
Do we need a license? I have a permit for it. I don't know about a license.
All right. Well, then, yes, you are getting Temptress of Weinberger Road.
Perfect.
I think is gonna perfect book. Perfect book.
I think so.
Yeah. The pacing, the writing, everything about it is great.
Like I said, my favorites are the kill scenes and, the end.
Yeah, oh my god, the end.
That
But-
end was something. It really was.
It was.
Because I remember you texting me and you're like, oh, please no.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of got I thought it was gonna go I thought it was gonna go. I know. But it's
Oh, you see, but with my books, my books never go the way you actually think it's gonna go. Sorry,
it led up to you thinking that.
Yeah, I like throwing twists in my books.
Yeah, and that was a hell of a twist.
Yeah. Somebody's shooting something close to the house.
Yeah, somebody's shooting off shotgun rounds.
Well, if they are, they're way too close to my house. I'm hoping it's fireworks.
Probably. I get fireworks here every single freaking day.
Seriously?
Damn, I heard that.
Yeah. Rednecks. Probably somebody blowing up tannerite. That's a fun thing. Like, guns aren't loud enough. Let's shoot something that explodes and makes, everybody's house shake.
Yeah. But all right, folks, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. It's been over 2 hours, and I honestly did not expect it to go this long. So
No, but
this
it was fun.
Yeah, this was definitely fun. Very fun first live stream on the channel and author interview, obviously, on the channel. And I personally think it went very well. I had fun. I hope everybody else here enjoyed it. And there will be plenty more, I promise. Anything you would like to to say before we
Yes,
leave?
I
Corvina?
actually had a great time, and I want to remind everybody that everybody needs a little head every now and then.
All right, everybody, stay strong, stay positive, and stay focused. And we will see you next time.
Good night, guys.